Hi guys, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a collective reading, so enjoy it as you will. It is originally created for Friday the 9th of July. It is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, that's fine. It might mean that you're ready to hear the message on the date that you're seeing it rather than the date that it was created for. Please check out the video drop-down menu on YouTube to read all of the information about the decks that I use, things I want you to think about while utilizing my readings or viewing my readings, and also my contact information if you need to get in touch with me for a private reading or you want to follow me on social media stuff. Please feel free to share the video out if you enjoyed it, any of my videos. It helps get the word out, and hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to join every day, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I go live or when a new video gets put up. There's daily content that's put up on this channel. So excuse me, let's get into this reading and see what is going on today. The cards feel very determined this morning. It's really weird. Okay, well, this would make sense. We've got the Sun, which would be certainly a very positive card. It's St. John's wort, which I believe St. John's wort is a naturally, first off, it's very much a medicinal plant, right? A majority of plants are medicinal, but I believe that St. John's wort is used to sort of help depression and anxiety, if I'm not mistaken. I know that it can be taken for that, and it has really wonderful healing effects on that. Where that would tie into the Sun to me is the Sun is a super positive card, right? It is a super, it's always an affirmation or a positive influence in whatever reading it shows up into. To me, when I look at this, following yesterday's reading, which was that Madre of Fire, right? The Mother of Fire or the Queen of Wands, it's kind of like the Queen of Wands has exploded into this ball, which is the Sun. The Sun, astrologically, is associated with the sign of Leo. Leo is the card that's associated. Get in here. No, come here. I'm trying to let him in, and you gotta stay in because I don't want you trying to eat kitty roca from the cat box. Sorry, guys. 1 minute. I'm just trying to arrange the dogs. I have to keep the door shut to keep the puppy in here so he doesn't go and try and eat cat poop. He's found the pleasures of the cat box, and so that's been a bit of a problem. All right, so the things we deal with in my household. All right, so back to where I was. The Strength card is our end of the week card. We're now in Friday's reading, so we should be experiencing that Strength card. If we're not, that's okay, right? I always say that at the beginning of every reading. If some of these things you're not going through or experiencing, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. But ideally, there's this opportunity to channel or connect into that strength, our own internal strength, whether it's emotional strength, physical strength. It can be mental strength. It can be all of the above. It can be spiritual strength for that matter. We have more than what we acknowledge or what we give ourselves credit for, probably. And so this is an opportunity at the end of the week. The underpinning energy is to connect to that, find that within ourselves, and allow that to sort of beam out through the positivity of this Sun card, right? Which, like I said, yesterday was that Mother of Fire or Queen of Wands. She was kind of cooking in her kitchen, and what I mean is sort of putting together the recipe for whatever it is that we desire, beginning to nurture those ideas, build upon those ideas. Well, the Sun is like, okay, let's really expand them. Let's give energy to them. Let's give life to them. Let's give opportunity, possibility, all of these wonderful, open-ended, capable sort of terms that we can come up with. Today should be the day that we can really feel that, sense that, and experience that, right? Today could be a day of certainly creation, right? The Sun would represent creation, giving life to things and energizing ourselves or situations around us that we want. This could also be a little bit of a new day, right? In the way that the Sun represents a new dawn or a new day, a new chapter, a turning of the page, a turning of the leaf, that kind of a thing. So if there was something that we were maybe struggling with earlier in the week, right, which would have been that hanged man energy that we started out with this week, there was something that we're struggling with. We're certainly seeing it in a different light today with the sun being present in a much more positive, liberated light, right? The reality is that it's not as bad as we thought, or we're no longer involved in whatever it was we were needing to be involved in. There's a freedom with the sun that has arrived today, and we should acknowledge that, honor that, take it. Don't wallow or stay, in a state of misery and miss the power of this card, the beauty of this card, and the opportunity that it brings, right? There's a bit of a healing going on here with this being this St. John's wort too. So anything that we've got going on potentially spiritually, because this is associated with the sign of Leo, which is a fire sign, and we saw Madre of Fire yesterday, we could be healing our spirit in some way through changing our direction, our thoughts, our perceptions of things, looking at things in a much more positive, lighthearted space, right? That would also be the kind of curative effects of this St. John's wort, right? I don't know why I could be wrong that maybe St. John's wort isn't like a treatment for depression, but I feel like I remember that to be true. And if that is the case, anything that has held us down or limited us, I feel like is being released today through this card, or we're shifting our relationship to it, right? It may no longer be quite as oppressive, or there's no oppression within the sun. The sun is like absolute clean and clear freedom, or I don't know why, but I feel like exploding forth is the visual that I'm getting in my mind's eye of sort of like busting open, and I mean that in a good way, right? Having maybe so much energy or so much positivity or so much belief in ourselves or the situations that we're involved in, that we can now see the other side, or see a different road, see a new path, and have the energy or the wherewithal to go out about taking it, to be excited about it, to see, the sun would, in some ways, by shining its light onto whatever's going on in our life, we should be able to see things in a much more potentially truer fashion, and certainly a more positive or fashion, which should put us into that state of sort of gratitude, which also makes it that much more easy to sort of not only receive but also create, right, as we're receiving. So keeping that in mind, it should be a very powerful day. Here is your Fairy Medicine Oracle. This is card number 9, which is about personal completions. This is called Starlight. Don't hold back, use your voice, and show up as all of you. Shine your light. So, what does the sun provide beyond, life and all of that? It provides light. And so Starlight is saying to show up and be you, be the very you that maybe you haven't seen, or you've denied, or you haven't honored. Today is a day to honor that, right? Today is a day to sort of shift that. Today's a day to shift that and honor that, and allow that part of you to all parts of you to sort of shine in its entirety. And this might be the very wisdom that we were looking for this week, right? The shift in awareness, or the shift in the belief of self, and the power that sort of sits behind that, or that pushes that forward. It's been an interesting week, because I felt like this whole week has been very much focused introspectively, but it's also been very powerful cards, right? It's been all like major arcanas and courts. We haven't seen one. I don't think we've seen a single have we seen? No. It's been all courts and I'm off a day. I didn't record one of the days, I think. Anyways, it's been all courts and major arcana. Sorry, I'm losing something in my thought there. And so to me, even though it's been an internally focused week, or at least that's what I feel like the messages are happening for this week, I feel like it's going to have a huge impact on how we move forward throughout the rest of this year, at the very least, if not into next year. So I would say take this day to sit with oneself, honor oneself, allow oneself to sort of be present and shine in whatever your beliefs are, your feelings are, your perceptions are, and find that sort of light or that truth that comes with the sun. Find that energy, that exuberance, that power that comes with the sun. Find that healing that comes with the St. John's wort, right? And allow that to sort of emanate throughout all aspects of your being. And then allow that to kind of power your day, the rest of your week, the rest of the month, however much you want to utilize this energy. And I also love that this is underneath this is that strength card, which is associated with Leo. So there's this very much this, and we're getting ready to go into Leo season too, which is interesting too. There's very much this sort of like generosity, indulgence, and I mean indulgence in a good way, like in indulging ourselves in a good way. Leos have no qualms about believing in themselves. That's one of the beauties of the Leo qualities, is they definitely hold themselves in high esteem naturally. And I think that that's some of why we're seeing so much of this sort of fiery Leo representation in these readings, is trying to remind us, like, who the fuck are we? Like, and I mean that in a good way, right? The stone for the grounding stone for today is energy, but it's on malachite, which is associated with the heart chakra, right? So we want to think about, our own energy, how we connect to ourselves, how, again, internally focused with that heart chakra energy. And once we connect that up in this beautiful sort of sun, starlight, honoring the self combination, we can then bring that out into the world and share that with others, right? And allow that to shine. And I think that it will be a very powerful day. It should be a day full of optimism. If I have any, sad Sallys out there that are like, no, that's not me, I don't feel that way, my life is miserable. The reason why I do these readings is to let you know that your life doesn't have to be, that this is available to you if you want to tap into it. You just have to believe and then start to seek it. Once you seek it and desire to connect to it, you can connect to your heart. You can sort of give yourself the awareness that everything is okay as it is, and that it will get better, and it will, your relationship to it will shift and change, and then the positivity of that sun energy can come in and give life to new options, new visions, new ways of seeing things or dealing with situations. So that is your forecast for the day. I hope that it makes sense. It should be an incredible day, you guys, as it, all of this stuff indicates. I would definitely take time to connect with your heart and your sort of your feelings and perceptions around that. There's a lot of power in that today. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day. All right, take care. Bye-bye.